Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we have a lot to talk about with WCW. I know I'm a little bit late, but I've been trying to post some videos, getting some videos together, a lot of video editing. But here we are looking at the Vision Pro, and you guys can see what Apple has released is going to be changing the future of our life. And you guys can see that this thing, it looks astonishing, beautiful. You guys can see here, you can see some of the cameras. We have two in the front, two per side on the glass, and then on the bottom I think there's around 3 to 4 cameras. There is going to be LCD screen. If we scroll down, this is called the Vision Pro. It's going to be amazing. Everyone's talking about this right now. Everyone, like, this thing is amazing. All the news outlets, everyone's covering it. As you guys see right here, this is going to be an LCD screen. It does make it look like it is like something that's cool that you can see through actually, but it's going to be LCD screen right here, so it makes it look like you're looking at someone. So you're pretty much seeing a screen when you're looking at someone. So you guys can see we have a wire down here. That's going to be for the wire, the battery pack, and I do like that, but sometimes I just don't know how I feel about that, because I feel like if you're trying to carry it around, that can come in the way sometimes. But then again, you have to sacrifice some stuff, because say if they put it in the headset, it would have been a lot bigger and a lot thicker. So that is a good thing that they did put it on the bottom. This thing's amazing. We could do web searching on it. We can watch videos. We can change climates. We can go around the world if we wanted to. Anything. We can watch movies, go back in time, review your memories. This thing is amazing when it comes to stuff. This is going to change the game. Now the price for it, $3,500. That's a determined. To be honest, I don't think that's is now. Then again, it is way above ahead of its time, so I do feel like it's partially worth the price. Now this is gonna come down to, like, a lot of Apple fan people that love Apple and buys everything of Apple are going to buy this. Most definitely, this thing is gonna sell. More of their loyal fans are more gonna buy this at first. Now I hope to see probably in the next 5 years that we can see an SE version, or the prices can significantly drop down to maybe like $2,000, maybe $1,500. Because I feel like if $1,500 was the proper price, it would be more sellable. A lot more people would buy it. I know personally I would buy it. With 3,500, an average person's not gonna be able to afford it right now due to inflation and everything. So you guys can see the finger touch, where you can pretty much zoom in, zoom out, scroll up, stop. It's amazing. Like I said, no controllers or anything. So this is what amazing it is. This is the first VR headset to not really use controllers. It's all sensed off of the sensors on the front of the VR, the cameras and everything. So like I said, this thing is very ahead of its time. You can watch movies. And another thing is development on this thing. This thing has starting development. A lot of developers are going to start creating apps. We can see what's going to happen, and that is going to be the big part of this thing. That if developers make this, pretty much they're going to determine if this thing is going to be really good and worth the money, or is it just going to be a flop and it's going to be very expensive and have nothing on it. So I definitely hope that we could do something with this, to be honest, because if you look at it, this thing is really amazing for this price. And I feel like it's, it could be, it could be worse. It could be around $10,000. If they really want to, they could sell it for $10,000, because this thing is immaculate when it comes to that stuff. But like I said, it's all up to developers what they want to do with this thing. They can determine if this thing's really going to be good. Like I said, Apple has done their parts of making this thing amazing. Now it's up to developers and the people how they think of it. And another thing is you can stand this thing to 100 feet wide, which is amazing in my opinion. This thing is pretty cool. You can change the background. You can change, if you want to feel in the woods while sitting on your couch. It's just amazing. You can feel like you're in a movie theater. Like I said, this is definitely going to change what we are going to think of in the next 20, 30 years if this thing is a very successful sell. We could start to see decline of TVs, possibly decline of, computers, and, a lot of things. And this thing is very free, equal friendly, which it fits in with the MacBooks, the iPhones. Now, this thing is not controlled by your iPhone. This is actually its own OS. They call this Vision Pro OS. And like I said, I'm curious to see what kind of updates they come in within the next 5 years if this thing is a very successful sell. So you can, like I said, this is your this is what it looks like. So you guys can see we have that glass panel right there, and then we come over here into the back that we see that it has very comfortable, and then you got adjustments right here. And if we come right in here, we have speakers, which apparently Apple says sounds amazing. A lot of people that test it out say it sounds amazing. And then we have our vents on the bottom where this aluminum frame is. We have our little notch where we can change settings and everything, how we feel, what type of vision we want to see, what the background's going to be like. And then we have our little comfortable piece. A lot of people said this thing is not very heavy. It's very light, and that's like I said, it's very thin. You look at this, it's very thin. It's a thin piece of equipment. Like I said, and it is running the M2 chip with a R1, which is going to be calculating everything you see, everything you look at. And like I said, this thing is going to be immaculate to test out. I'm excited to test this thing out. It's gonna look cool. It's very ahead of its time. I want to say that. So you guys see, you can put your Mac. This is very compatible with Mac stuff like your iMac, your MacBook. You can take off what you see on your on MacBook and put it out into the air. It's amazing. It goes with your Magic Keyboard, Magic Mouse. Sometimes your AirPods if you want to. Like I said, it's very equal friendly. It goes with everything. You can have entertainment. This thing is amazing. Sorry, my Siri is going off. But like I said, FaceTime too. Now I don't know how I feel about this FaceTime. This FaceTime is, it's, I guess it's all right. If you look at it, it takes a scan of your face right before you put it on. That's what you do to start it up, set it up. And the FaceTime, I don't know. It's gonna be like a 3D model of you, so I feel like that's gonna be a little bit. I don't know. It feels like it's not gonna be feel right. I feel like FaceTime on when you're FaceTiming on a phone. To be honest, where is my iPhone? But facing on FaceTime, I feel like you want to see actual persons. Not a 3D model of your self. So like I said, the thing is amazing. This is a 3D view. You guys can see that's going to be our battery right there, which has a power of 2 hours. And if you plug it in, you can use it all day when you have it plugged into the wall. Like say you're sitting on your couch, it's infinite use. But say the second you take it off, you have 2 hours. Say you're walking around the world. I would like to see aftermarket, which I'm pretty sure a lot of companies are working on that right now, to have like 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours of battery life for this thing. But 2 hours, I feel like it's a plenty because I don't see no one wearing this for past than maybe 2 hours at the most. Could be wrong, but like I said, this thing is amazing. You look at it, the little notch for your fits perfect on your nose. This thing is going to be amazing. Photos, like I said, you guys can see it is just Apple apps right now. Of course, because Apple, no one has developed any apps for this thing right now, and that's like I said, it's gonna be up to developers to see what we're gonna see out of this thing. It's gonna be amazing. You can sit there and look, and it actually controls with your eyes. So, say if you want to move to apps, you move your eyes around, and it controls what you're looking at. That which I think that's pretty amazing. You could change your backgrounds, as you guys can see. If you don't want to like see your background house of your house, you can just simply change your stuff, which is amazing in my opinion. It makes you feel like you're somewhere else. There's that see-through, like I said, that LCD screen makes it look like you're. I feel like that is a little bit creepy, to be honest. It looks too futuristic. Like I said, here you go. There's our goggles right there. Um, it does take the sound, so it makes it feel like you're like in the room still. So it absorbs all your furniture and everything, so it can spatial audio. And then you come down here, this is all the sensors and everything. Like I said, this thing is a lot of cameras and everything. There's two cameras, actually there's two right there, three up front, too many cameras and sensors. That's a lot of sensors and cameras. It's a little bit more than I thought. But like I said, you got that M2 chip and then the R1 chip, which the M2 is going to help this thing perform really good. I wonder what it would be like if it had the M2 Ultra. This thing would probably be crazy and insane, but I feel like the M2 is powerful enough to run this thing in the immaculate condition. And that R1 is going to be analyzing everything you see, everything lifetime, all your 3D stuff. And like I said, privacy is definitely number one key with this thing. Like I said, Apple is releasing some cool stuff with this thing. I've heard some good stuff with this. Um, and like I said, this thing is amazing for what Apple wants for it. I think 3500. I just feel like it is a little overpriced, but then again, it is the only thing on the market that really can nothing else can really compete with this thing. You know, everything that has everything really controls with controllers and everything's like 2-300. And like I said, the build quality of this thing is going to be amazing. It's not made out of plastic. It's all aluminum and glass, and cloth. So like I said, that is now Apple. I would like to see Apple come out with something, maybe a plastic one eventually, but that's not Apple's thing. They don't like to make cheap things. You know how they are. They like to make quality stuff that will last you years to come. And like I said, $3,500, an average American is not going to be able to afford that. But I will, like I said, it's going to be our first. This is really going to be for Apple buyers first. That's how what's going to pretty much start it. And then as they more come onto the market, you'll start to see the prices come down probably in the next like 3 or 4 years if Apple keeps to making them, and if it becomes a big success. Then Apple is definitely going to make them, and we definitely see them start to go down to 1,500, maybe even $1,000 eventually. That would be nice for Apple to make a SE version, or maybe just a little bit more of a cheaper version, so it can help people out, so people can get the full experience. Like I said, this thing is going to be amazing, and it definitely is going to change the future. Like I said, if you really wanted to, you could sell your TV, you could sell your MacBook, your iMacs, and even sell your phone probably. But is it really that worth it? I don't know. We'll have to see. This thing is releasing next year, so like I said, we still have a whole year, and this thing is going to be amazing. And the last thing I wanted to touch up on is this right here. I feel like is a little bit weird. I can't imagine you just walking around with and recording a wedding, or say your daughter's birthday, or a parent's birthday or something, with a Vision goggles, the Vision Pro. That would be a little bit weird, I feel like. So I think that's too unrealistic, in my opinion. But then again, we are heading towards the future more and more every day. So, like I said, Apple is always thinking about the future, not today. They're always ahead of time. They want today to be tomorrow, and they just want a lot of things, to be honest. And like I said, this is pretty cool. This is cool technology right here. I would definitely pay 3,500 just to test it out. But like I said, an average person's not gonna buy this. You know, but like I said, Vision Pro. This is gonna be available next year. And there's gonna be a lot of talk over the next 6 to 7 months on this thing. But like I said, that's gonna be a quick video. I am gonna update you guys. We have more to talk about on WWC, with iOS 17, iPad OS 16, and like I said, a lot of things are iOS on iPad OS 17, that's what I meant, and Mac OS 14 with Sonoma. That's gonna be a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about a little bit more about that stuff in the next coming videos. So if you guys like this video, subscribe, share this video, like and subscribe. Until next time.